to do. I stayed up there for 30 minutes or so, and there's a group, and I know you guys know who Gary Christian is. Everybody knows that story. They're regular customers of mine. David Gardner was in my restaurant every weekend, and he has now passed away. But one Sunday, they came over to Shiloh after doing a ride for that little Kylie Grace that just passed away, I think 2 days ago. And David come running in, and he says, I need to talk to you. And I was like, okay. He goes, no, now. Grabbed me by the arm. I said, man, don't talk to me like that. I ain't married to you. Yeah. He's a big old boy, too. He looked like C.C. Paul. So anyway, he carries me, drags me kind of, and he goes, no, we got to talk now. Come on. So he takes me out to the side of the building, and he said, Sharma, he said, you got to take that sign down. I said, what sign? He said, your no weapons sign. Really? I don't have a sign that says no weapons. My daughter is a police officer who carries anytime she's anywhere. My husband has a gun permit, and he carries lots of times openly because we fuss about that. I said, David, I don't have a sign. He said, well, we just left the shed over at the Harley-Davidson shop, and we invited about 30 to 35 hog riders to come over here, hog chapter riders from Knoxville, and he said that they refused to come. And we walked around the building. See, I told you I didn't have that sign. So I told him to make sure that he knew that. Well, they ate lunch, and I go in the office, and I'm playing around on Facebook, and I see the no weapons sign over in North Carolina. The man put it in his convenience store. 2 days later, he gets robbed. So that got me to thinking. I put American flag on my building several times over in Maryland. It got stolen. I've had a rick of wood stolen. Anything I put outside got stolen. Hanging baskets, I mean, silly stuff, but my stuff. So I went in there and I typed up, and guys, I want y'all to know, I don't own a gun. I don't know the first thing about guns. Nothing. But I'm learning. But I typed in guns for sale in Knoxville, because I didn't know what I was looking for. And I found a black and white picture. I don't even know what the gun is. Eddie, what is that gun on my building? Do you know? Okay, something. And it was a really cool looking gun, and I typed out this little saying, and I typed it on my computer, and I put a piece of tape, and I made me just a paper sign. My whole personal agenda was to let people know, first of all, if I'm losing business because people think I have a no weapon sign, then I'm going to do just the opposite. I'm going to welcome gun carriers. So I put it on all 3 doors. That was 3 months ago. Business is still falling down. You know, I lost a few people over who were regulars because they told me that it was the stupidest business decision that I could have ever made, because why, as a struggling business owner, would I alienate potential customers? So I thought about that, and I thought, man, you know, maybe I did the wrong thing. But hey, can't hurt. I left it there. And after the Wednesday night, and I really did, ask God to send me a miracle, I was really depressed on Thursday. And I'm a happy person. I like everybody I meet. I make friends real easy. My sister will tell you I can talk to that wall over and get to talk back to me. And as you can see, I'm really hyper. Can't stand still, and I'm talking with my hands. It's coffee in the restaurant business. But anyway, on that Thursday, I was really, really depressed. I stayed in the office pretty much all day, gathering up my stuff. And on Friday morning, it was kind of the same thing. But if you've been to Shiloh, we have a set of swinging doors. This is the really tough part. That Friday morning, I had resorted to it was over. The American dream and everything that I had ever hoped for was gone. And as I walked through those swinging doors, I never looked down. For some reason, I was looking down. And I went through the swinging doors, and I saw David Gardner sitting at his usual table, and it freaked me out. I'm like, I looked away, I looked back, and he was smiling from ear to ear. And I shot around the corner to the point that I even stopped myself and looked back going, oh my God, this place has made me crazy. I'm seeing dead people. And I went into the kitchen, and I fixed myself something to eat, and I had to go make a circle through the kitchen. And I always have the same routine. I watch Channel 10 repeat news, and I sit at the end of the bar. And I'm sitting there, I just picked up my fork, and this lady walks in, very well-dressed, young, very pretty girl, walks in, and she said, I said, ma'am, go ahead and be seated. I said, somebody be right with you. And she said, well, I'm here to see the owner. So I laid my fork down, and I said, well, that would be me. I said, what can I do for you? She goes, why did you put that sign up? I turned back around, and I grabbed both sides of my plate, going, oh, no, you did not. Yeah. I had an adrenaline rush, because I'm thinking, you know what? Ain't nobody going to come in here and question, not in her tone. And I sat there for a second, and I turned back around, and I said, ma'am, you asked me a question, I'll give you an honest answer. And she started laughing, and she reaches her hand out to me and to introduce herself. And she said, well, first of all, I want you to know I support you 110%. She said, my husband is a Marine, and he's now a firefighter, and I sleep with a gun 15 days out of the month. And she said, I was so excited to be assigned to this story. And I said, what story? She said, I want to know why you put the sign up. So I ended up going, I said, can you hold on just a second? And I go grab my phone, and I told her I had to go to the bathroom, but I really called my sister. And I'm like, you are not going to believe this. I'm sitting in the bathroom, and WBR is here, and this is either going to make me or break me. My sister says, speak from your heart like you always do. I walk back out there going, can't hurt, I'm already broke. This lady explained to me that she was the weekend anchor, Saturday and Sunday. So I figured to be on at 6 o'clock in the morning, no big deal. Unbeknownst to me, I'm at work and it's 7 o'clock. People were coming in and coming in and coming in and coming in and coming in. We had no food, we were ill prepared, we didn't have enough staff. And I just want y'all to, I mean, from that point on, it has gone international. I made the London Times today. Can't read all the article, but you can see part of it, and it starts out great, doesn't it? I mean, it starts out, but it was a gang of Harley Ride. How does it go? It says, what does it? How does it start out? It is really, really cool the way it starts out. But anyway, my whole life is turned upside down. It has been unbelievable. The phone calls, oh my stars. And what's overwhelming to me is I didn't realize all you people carry guns. Half the population of Tennessee, no, more than half the population of Tennessee carries a gun. I feel like an outcast now because I don't even have one, and I don't know anything about them. But the support, oh my stars, the support has been unbelievable. Not monetarily, but the phone calls and people saying, hey, thanks for this. I had a lady send me this necklace from Indiana, and that's a 9mm, what do you call those things, casing, gun, bullet casing?
Casing.
I don't know anything, but it's really pretty. And she sent it to me from Indiana. She makes armor, or what do you call it? I guess it's ammo jewelry. Ammo jewelry, yeah. But I actually today, this is even crazier, spent 2 hours with the executive producers in a casting company from New York that do American Pickers, talking about doing a reality show at Shiloh. I am nothing like Honey Boo Boo's mama. It ain't going to happen. There ain't enough money to make me be that stupid. And I told them that. And they're like, nope. She said, I kept reading her because I just don't see the story. You know, I don't see the storyline. I don't see, and I told her, I said, I will not do anything to embarrass myself, my family, or any of my customers. And when you watch all this other stuff, it's kind of like, I mean, I'm not college educated, but I'm not stupid. That stuff's stupid. Or I just don't have a sense of humor. I don't know what it is, but I don't like it and won't participate in it. Her story is that she keeps going back to the same thing. Small town, small business, 54-year-old grandma trying to live the American dream and being supported by true patriotic Americans. I'm all about that because that's how I was raised. God-fearing, law-abiding, and a true patriot. And that's what got me here today. Not because I'm really good at public speaking, but hey, I'm getting better at it. I'm not sweating here as I normally do.
Yeah, you're great at public speaking.
Well, you know, when you're cameras, you know, like that's all you can see, it's kind of like, you know, I can only hold my breath for so long, and it has to come out. It just comes out in words. But guys, I just want y'all to know, if anybody's a small business owner and feel alienated about it, man, I tell you what, it's the best thing I could have ever done because I haven't, because I didn't want to jinx myself. But I'm telling you, I broke. On July the 15th, I was already nervous from my stroke. My sister, it's more about everything. And that's hard for me. If anybody knows me, I'm a giver. I always been giver. So hard for me to take. But she must have put me to look at me. It's still hard on me. She'll be the first one to tell you that. I haven't done the actual numbers because I wanted to go give myself 30 full solid days of the support and the business that's been generated because I spoke out. And when they called me, I stood up and said, hey, I don't care to tell you, I support the Second Amendment. I support all the Constitution. I think our government has changed what our forefathers put before us, and we as Americans need to take it back. I'm not a politician either, but I know what I believe in, and I'd probably make a good politician if I could just learn how to speak, but without moving my hands. But I ended up last Sunday just taking, I just wanted to see what we had done, and my business was up over 500%. And I know it's you know, I'm anxious to see, but I don't want to do it because I want true numbers, and I don't want to speculate, and I don't want it to be, what if I have a bad day tomorrow, and, you know, so I want the true, actual 30-day numbers. And I see it coming. I mean, every day's gotten better and better and better. I made a lot of new friends. I've learned a lot of stuff that I didn't know, but my restaurant. Eddie can tell you, I'm one-on-one at my restaurant. But this is like, I have to look around kind of going, no, it's different. And it's not who I am, but I'm getting okay with it because I think this was all part of the master plan, whatever the master plan is. But it's like I said before, I never in a million years would ever dream that I would be put in this position. But if this is what God's plan is for me to be successful with my heart's desire, which is running a good family restaurant with great food, so be it. I'll talk about guns all day long, as soon as somebody teaches me. But I still don't know anything. Now that's all I have to say about it. It's
I have yet to be your restaurant. Where are you located? I know what's coming.
you're right. 'Cause I can't
But
do
there's a lot of places in here you also have not.
guys, it's
So where are you located?
It's called Shiloh Brew. I have a big covered wagon out front with a big black dinner bell. And my whole concept was to, like on a prairie. We make our own coleslaw. I found old cookbooks that I took the baked beans out of because I wanted it to be, it's a Western thing. But if you're going from Blunt Memorial Hospital toward Townsend, it's right on the left. You cannot miss it. An old rustic looking building. Somebody put on Facebook the other day that it looks a little deceiving. This place looks deceiving. And I took that as probably one of the best compliments because it's an old building. I did the best I could with it. I didn't want it to be fancy or new. It's nothing corporate. I mean, there's no corporate backing. It's me, my sister, and my brother. Did all the work inside and out. So it makes me a little more appreciative of it, but we do have good food. Everything is made to order from scratch. We cut our own steaks. We hand patty our own burgers. I guess Eddie's probably the only one that's eating it, though. We do our onion rings. We're selling tons of onion rings, beer battered frog legs, chicken livers. Yeah. Those things sell like crazy. I would have never thought, but and they're huge. Well, I can't use the name of thing, but they're as big as my hand. We get them from the Everglades in Florida. I will tell you this is something funny. The first order I got when I tried to get frog legs in, the box came in from China. Not in my lifetime. Stay with me. We're made in America. So now I have Florida frog legs.
Negative reaction did you get?
When WIBR first came across, I've had a couple people that were negatives at my store. Like I said, told me it was the stupidest thing I could have ever done, and I haven't seen him back. And it really hurt my feelings because I really genuinely like this guy. But each to his own. As far as negative, most of it's been on either private email or on WBR site. The one guy, which I really had a hard time with, but that woman should be shot and peed on. And I sat there, and I carried that for 3 days. It's one thing for me to be shot, but I have to be peed on too. So I typed in, wow, you really posted that? Come see me, buddy, because I don't have a gun, but I got these. I did not say that. Yeah. And I've been called a lot of really ugly names, and, even myself, it really bothered me because people don't know me. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm sensitive when it comes to stuff like that. Only because it was so blatantly ugly. I mean, I was called an ugly idiot so many times. I even made a joke about it. If they keep calling me that, I might start believing it. Not. But it did hurt my feelings because I'm like, you're entitled to your opinion, but you have to cuss somebody to make your opinion be known. I don't do that. Let me tell you something. I can argue with a wall and make that wall believe me that I'm right. That's how you learn. But negative, I did lose a little bit. But what was funny when Channel 10 came out, after I put my sign, the truth to the story is that I had probably picked up 20 new customers. It doesn't sound like, and at the time I'm thinking, well, that don't really sound like a lot, but it was a lot before the new Channel 10 came out. Now, it's over 2,000. I mean, I've got so many emails, I can't even answer all my trip advisors. People are coming and calling from everywhere. I'm on Sunday, after it came out on Friday, on Sunday, we had so many phone calls, I actually took the phone off the hook because we couldn't work. There were so one after the other, and that's not an exaggeration, it's crazy as it sounds, one after the other, after the other, after the other. And I felt bad about doing it, but I have a restaurant to run, and the emails are unbelievable. I mean, can you answer like 100 of them, and I'll try to get the other 100, because there's no time now because we're so busy. I used to get one truck a week, now I get a truck every single day, including Saturday.
Woohoo.
That's awesome. That's exciting. For a restaurant owner, that's exciting.
Hours, what are your hours?
11 to 9. And Sunday, we're only open from 11 to 4. And we're closed on Monday because I have to have time to clean house.
So you selling the shirts?
Yes, and I sold 120 of these things in a week.
Yeah.
Yes, $15. We do have on our website, I've got coffee cups too, on the website, and the sign. I actually have the sign that I posted in my window for sale. They're $12. The coffee cups are 10 and the shirts are 15. Yeah, that was another thing. Plus I double dipped on this because my husband does screen printing for a living. Yeah, we have the shirts the next day. Yeah. No, I couldn't because I'm bad, I'm honest.
There you go.
Sorry.
I was just saying, that's a great story. It's,
No, I'm good. I was gonna ask about the hours.
hours. And
Well,
is the brew, is there beer there as
We
well?
do sell beer.
Okay.
I don't sell enough beer to even have beer, but there are those occasional people who come in, they want a burger, they drink a beer. I mean, including our county mayor,
Yeah.
which will be at my place tomorrow for lunch.
Okay.
Called me today. He's really excited because he'd been coming in. He was a pretty regular customer, at least once every 2 weeks or something. And he knew that I was struggling. And he even asked me, what can I do to help you? You know, the reputation. And I know that sounds crazy, folks, but that is the truth. I mean, if I could get people in there, they would come back. It was getting them in there because everybody thought we were a bar. And the marketing, of course, the Brew and Chew was my first mistake. You know, I didn't think about it. Because when I decided what I was going to do with the restaurant, my sister and I were looking for bowling balls, and we found my grandfather's old mule saddle. As kids, we used to go to Townsend and ride this old mule named Minnie Pearl. And as soon as I opened the box, I'm like, that's it. That's it. And I went and I did everything around that old mule saddle. That's how the menu came about, that's the concept, the design, everything. You know, the beer was there because, you know, people like to drink beer. I couldn't drink a beer without a $100 bill taped to the bottom of it. That don't mean other people can't, or don't. I just don't like it. I've tried.
So you had the weekend anchor from WBR. Was that Jennifer Meckles
No, it was Ashley
as Beaky?
as Beaky.
Okay, and then after that, I believe you got a call from
They just
Fox
showed up.
News.
Oh, yeah, right after that. Yeah, because they came to my house and picked me up at 1 o'clock in the morning. My sister and I'm like, you know what? I am not getting in the car with a perfect stranger. I don't have a gun. I called my sister. I said, let me hold on just a second. I'll call you. Hang on just a minute. Hey, Dawn, will you go with me? I'm not going by myself. Yeah, okay, we'll go. That's how that came about. They picked me up at 1 o'clock in the morning, drove me to Nashville. We did the interview at 5:20, drove me back to Seymour. She went to work. I went to Shiloh, and I had an hour's worth of sleep. Well, at 6:30, Channel 8 shows up. Crazy. And the place was packed. I mean, absolutely standing room only packed. We couldn't handle what we had going on. And about 30 minutes after that, the Daily Times shows up. So I give them a few minutes. I'm like, okay, guys, I got to go. 30 minutes after that, Channel 6 shows up. And then all in the same night. And then after that, Channel 10 came back, and Channel 8 has been back. So you see the little, was that where it went?
Wall Street Journal is gonna.
It is literally.
If you get on the browser and put in Shiloh Brew and Chew, and then you Google it, and then hit news, you'll see where all it's got.
Yeah, by Tuesday morning, I was getting phone calls and this is really bad, but I'm not a political person. I mean, I don't keep up with politics. I go vote for who I think is the right person, and I usually wait till like the last minute to go do all that, which I did vote this week, though. People were saying, Glenn Beck, Glenn Beck is talking about you. You're on the blaze. And then somebody called me the other day and said, Herman Cain was talking about you this morning. I'm like, who's Herman Cain? Honestly, guys, I didn't know. And then there was Bill Cunningham. Who's Bill Cunningham? I cannot begin to tell you the amount of radio interviews I've done. It has been, I lost count after about probably 25.
Was any of the press coverage negative?
None.
That's amazing.
Fox was amazing. Fox was great. And I actually just got back from Chattanooga Tuesday because I put the CNBC. Everybody kept telling me, Sharma, don't go. They're negative. They're anti-gun. They're going to turn everything you say around, blah, 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 blah. And I put it off for a week, and I finally talked to the lady. She called me at home, and I was like, look, let me just put this out here. I understand, or I've been told that you guys are, anti-gun. My story is going to stay the same. You're not going to be able to change my words and say anything any differently. If it's a live interview, I'll come, which it was. But what happened was, and this is something really strange too, if you've never ever done this, you have an earpiece in this ear and an earpiece in this ear. The anchors are in this ear and the director's in this ear. This one's going to stop, go, slow down, stop, go. And this one's talking to you. So you're looking, and you have a spot to look at in a pitch dark room, and all you have is these, like if anybody saw the Fox News thing, I kept trying to look away because the lights were so bright on my eyes. I kept trying to have to look down. this one said, look in the camera, look in the camera. And these people are talking in my ear. Well, you know, it's kind of hard to do all that and listen to 3 different conversations, you know, plus the guy behind the camera, all I could see was a lens. This room was so dark. And when I went to the CNBC thing, everything was good. I went to Chattanooga, Channel 9, which a NBC affiliate rented an ABC affiliate for me to come down there to do the interview. Kind of crazy, yeah, but they rode into Chattanooga, picked me up, rode into Chattanooga, and brought me back to Shiloh. But what happened was, everything was getting ready, and we're prepared, got them in this, here it is, and it's breaking news, Russia and Putin do something. Well, by now they're all in my ears. I don't know what the heck happened, but I got postponed. Yeah.
That is great.
Yeah. But she sent me a text message and said that, she'd let me know when it would air. But it was live, so there's nothing they can do to distort what I did say.
How many people actually carry the story?
Probably everyone but my servers and myself.
So when are y'all getting guns?
I'm sorry, what?
When are y'all getting guns?
Soon. My employees probably won't, but I mean, the truth of the matter, back last year when I first opened up, because I leave by myself a lot at night, I had even made the comment I needed to go, get a handgun permit. And, but I went to an eye doctor, and of course, now keep in mind, startup business, I'd spent all the money I had, da-da-da-da. My prescription was $450. I can't see you already sitting over there. I mean, and so I thought, why would I go take a class and get a gun permit when I'd be the one going, pew, 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 shooting everything except the target. So, but now that I've become friends with the Blount County Gun Owners Group, there's an eye doctor there who's offered to help me get glasses. And I've got certificates to take a class. I've even had a gun offered to me, a belt, and a holster. So, yeah, they really reached out. Of course, I haven't followed up on any of it because it's just hard for me to take things. And if business keeps going, then I feel like I'll at least be able to pay you something for the glasses. It's like, guys, it's just hard for me. And I know my mom even chewed me out the other night. She said that I'm denying somebody else's blessing when somebody offers you something. But I've always been the one to give. And I've worked hard for what I've got. But I'm going to get over that because I'm having a hard time driving home at night now, so I've got to get glasses. No questions about it. No pride, no nothing. I'm going to have to call him this week. So.
Any other questions? It's a great story, great story.
It's a testimony.